Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Critical Misses channel. Last we left our delicious coterie of kindred who are sprinkled across the ages. They were continuing their hunts to try and track down Miss Cassandra Firenze, the sire of one of their members, Ray, in an attempt to bring them to the prince, as they had been commanded to do. Their trek led them through an underground section of Ford Field, and they got a small whiff of something. One of the members in particular, Genevieve, saw a vision, perhaps, of some small child who referred to themselves as a guru. They've also seen in many different places Egyptian magic symbology that seems to keep popping up, almost as though it's following them. They were warned both to stay away and to interact with a calico cat from two separate sources. And the last adventure culminated in them going to the Spirit of Detroit monument, only to see it scattered with the blood and still body of Genevieve's sire, Ophelia Justain. Our scene begins there, in a flash of silence and lights. Victoria and Jackson are ushered away hurriedly, Jackson with an angry look in his eye, unceremoniously taking Victoria and returning to his mansion. Nymeria begins to more formally instruct Minerva on the workings of blood magic, intending to use their hemocraft to clean the blood off of the statue, lest the kind become suspicious when the morning comes. Fee is taken to their new apartment by their driver Mercedes, who had dropped their sire, Kirla Edwards, who hails from Chicago, off, but declined a ride back to either sanctuary, insisting that she had her own. Ray, eventually, after the commotion is done, you return to your humble sanctuary to see that the door is slightly ajar. How do you enter?
So, is there anyone there?
You hear a rustling from your kitchen.
Can I use my heightened senses to?
Sure. As the power of the blood courses through you, you begin to smell. There's no trace of kine, no trace of something else. Whatever is in your apartment is kindred.
Um. Okay. I think I would like to silence of the deaf to quietly make my way in.
All right.
Yes, I'm aware that I called out beforehand. I'm just saying.
As you begin to creep through the apartment, silent as a mouse, you see standing there in the kitchen area, sucking dry the last dregs of a blood bag with her baby teeth, your sire Cassandra, who says, "So I think it's time we talk." Genevieve. The rest of the night moves almost picture slow to you. You feel the blood pulsing in your ears, despite the lack of a heartbeat, the blush of life taking hold of you. You're watching your sire be removed from the statue, and you are awash with conflicting emotions. And you remember the one time that you've been given an actual serious request in the last 4 decades. You are sat in Ophelia's office, calmly waiting for her to blow in like a storm with another incredible plan. But she walks in very demure and dressed very muted for her tastes. And she says, "Now, Starlight, should I ever be set to the final death, or even worse, that pesky little slumber of torpor, you must come back here into my office and retrieve this pink binder from my safe. You'll know where the key is. And do be careful, my child. No matter what happens to the director, the show must go on." Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone who finds themselves inside or out of the gender spectrum, my name is Dee, and welcome to Under the Pale Cold Sun, Episode 3, The Last Will and Testament of Ophelia Justain. I am joined by my wonderful coterie of kindred, and we can introduce them as we go along the line, starting with the lovely Rowan.
So, like, is she dead, or
She is in torpor.
Okay. Hello, lovely people. I am Rowan. My pronouns are they, them, and tonight I will be playing Fiorentino de Calza, whose pronouns are also they, them. And then I'll throw it down here to the lovely Alicia.
Hi, I'm Alicia, or Energy 9. I will be playing Victoria, who apparently is going to get chewed out again for a reason this time. She doesn't know why. It was just a car, get over it blowing up.
Sometimes cars just blow up, you know?
Right?
And next, the lovely Beau.
Yeah.
There we go. I am muted. Hi, my name is Beau. And I am playing the lovely Ray Renault. Both of our pronouns are they, them. And yeah, I'm looking forward to cleaning up the dang blood that my sire left on my kitchen floor.
Good place to start. And next up, our lovely Tremere.
Hello, that's me. I'm Jarby, and I'm playing Minerva Noctua.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And lastly, but never leastly, our fearless host.
Little fearful. Hi, I'm Anita, and I am playing Genevieve Clark. Both our pronouns are she, they.
Wonderful. And now, with that having been said, the first thing that we will jump through... who do I want to start with?
I vote Ray.
We can start with Ray. So, Ray, you see standing in your kitchen, dripping blood all over the place. Cassandra is looking at you. Very simple look.
Cassandra, we've been looking for you. Clean up after yourself. You're dripping on my floor.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Also, yes, I noticed the search. It's not really my thing to be looked for. But hey, you haven't walked into the sun, so that's good. I knew you could figure some of the stuff out.
As well, no thanks to you. I've been left to my own devices and having to meet this prince that I was also not informed of, and thanks to you, almost made to meet the day. So...
Yeah, Cammy can get a little crabby, and she will get down and begin, like, scooping the blood off the floor with her finger and licking it up. But, hey, you made friends? That's good, right?
It's one way to put it. A few of them are a little bestial for my liking.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it. You're hanging out with a bunch of kids. My first coterie was a bunch of fucking assholes.
Do tell.
Oh, it was me, Kirla, Jackson, Nymeria, and Ophelia. Yeah.
You were in a coterie with Ophelia.
Mm-hmm. She's the only Malkavian I can stand, really.
Interesting.
Or that can stand me, if I'm being honest.
Cassandra,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't happen to have anything to do with what happened to Ophelia tonight, would you?
What happened to Ophelia?
She was staked to a statue in public for everyone to see.
Was there any reason? Or...
Unclear as of yet.
Cool. Was there like a note or something? Did she say anything?
She was a bit staked.
Well, she's a tough old bird. Hold on. Do you have Wi-Fi?
Yes, I have Wi-Fi, Cassandra.
I think I'm just gonna have to check the old group chat. But how have you been? You can run faster. You're stronger. It's pretty cool. She starts tapping on her phone.
I have been losing time, Cassandra. There are days that I don't remember since the beginning. People look at me strange. What is happening?
So I had a fortune teller told me this would happen if I ever sired somebody. Ooh. You're what we call dual-minded in the Malkavians society. We all have special little things about us. Ophelia's child, Jessie or something like that. She sleepwalks. Ophelia, she's the whole director thing. The script and all that. We all have something.
Genevieve sleepwalks, and I lose time. Seems a little different, wouldn't you say?
Well, you don't lose time. It's just there's a different you that is living through those moments. I mean, come on. All right, you're wearing a button-up shirt, right?
Yes.
When you come to in these moments, is it unbuttoned? Glasses ever off? Hair ever set up differently? New phone wallpaper?
Yes. But Who is this other me, if not me, then?
Well, that's the beautiful part of it. And she gets close to you and puts her hands out like she wants to touch you, but just hovers them around you and says, "That is why I picked you, because there's so much more to you that was just wasting away in this stuffy old office."
Cassandra, I eat people.
Eat people? Have you eaten someone?
I drain their blood. It's the same. I cannot go into the day. I haven't been able to see my parents, my family. I have these urges every day, all the time, even now. And it feels like there's this voice that is constantly telling me to indulge, to do things that I would never do. And I don't know how long I'll be able to fight it. I didn't want this. I don't want this. Take it back, I don't know, but...
And you see a flicker of genuine remorse across the face. The beast. That's the voice. It's people don't really know what it is. A lot of Tremere folk have different theories, but it's yeah. I'm sorry. I thought it would. I just want people to see things how I see them.
You're sorry. You're sorry.
Ray,
Cassandra, you killed me. Cassandra, my heart doesn't beat in my chest. I need blood to live. And you're sorry. Oh, I'll show you who's sorry. And I try and bite her.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make me a brawl check.
Because that's what I'm good at. That's okay. I have one strength and no brawl.
Yeah, it would be a brawl strength check.
Yeah. Woohoo! It's a 6, so that is 1 success.
And as you reach out and grab onto her, she sort of reaches hands up and grabs at your wrist and goes, "Whoa, whoa, 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 Ray. Calm down."
What's wrong, Cassandra? Isn't this what you wanted from me? Isn't this everything you wanted? You wanted me to see things the way you do. I can't stop. I won't stop because of you.
And I really appreciate that drive, but if you could just direct it somewhere else. And as your hands finally clasp down around the throats, you hear a voice go, "Enough." And Edwin steps in and says,
"Stay out of this, Edwin. This is between me and her."
And as much as I appreciate that, the prince needs that one. If you're lucky and present, you might be the one who gets to behead her. But not right this second.
Fine.
You see the little bit of color that was in the cheeks begin to fade as Cassandra drops the blush of life, considering her windpipe was beginning to be crushed. Gosh, got hands like an ox, kid. Hey, Eddie. And Edwin stares blankly at her and says, am I going to have to stake you? Man, you guys are really all about the stakes tonight. No. I think I'm ready to talk to old Princey. But what say we do it tomorrow night? Huh? I will stay in your sanctuary under lock and key. But I think that my old coterie, I think they need to be present for that, especially if something's happened to Ophelia. That's not good. That's the start of it. That's why I was running. So just until tomorrow? And Edwin just stares at her and then looks at Ray and tosses you a sharpened piece of wood. Tomorrow, then. And waits for you to stake her.
I pick up the stake and I run my finger over the tip and I stare at Cassandra. I hope this hurts.
I mean, yeah, it's probably gonna.
And I stake her.
And you watch as the body tenses and the eyes go blank. And she falls over stiff as a board. And Edwin looks around and goes, all that trouble, and she just ended up coming back here anyway. That's not good.
So tell me, Edwin, what are we going to do with her?
Take her, leave her under lock and key, and bring her to the prince tomorrow.
So she has to stay here the whole day.
I can take her back to my sanctuary. I won't do that for you.
Can I do one thing first?
Yeah, go for it.
I go into the kitchen and I search around in some drawers and pull out a pair of pliers. And if I could, I would like to remove one of her fangs.
All right. As you begin to wrench the mouth open, which is very hard, essentially the pent-up rigor mortis that is staved off by the embrace has taken hold of Cassandra briefly. You see that she does not actually have fangs. And you think of two members of your coterie, Genevieve and Minerva, and how they drink from bags.
Oh, that's entirely disappointing. Take her.
And you see Edwin go, I've seen worse done to sires. All right. And he hoists her up. Begins to, he looks around for just a small blanket, like sheet that he brought with him to throw over her, and walks out of your apartment and says, try and spread the word to your coterie members so I don't have to go round them up as well. Tomorrow night, the Michigan Theater.
Tomorrow night at the Michigan Theater. I'll see you there. What will you be wearing? Maybe we can match.
And he looks down at the same dusty suit you've seen him in all 3 times. Pink.
Oh, pink. Good. I might have something pink, or maybe I'll have to go and get something. Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow, Edwin.
And he begins to walk out and down the staircase of your apartment, and you are left to your own devices.
I would like to trash my entire apartment.
All right. You begin to throw bookshelves, thrash papers, and break cups and glasses, and you feel that deep voice in the back of your throat egging you on. Good. Destroy it all. And the camera shifts out of the city of Detroit proper, out to the large mansion of one Jackson King. Before this scene starts, I have a question for the people that I'm streaming with. Did this make me quieter?
Yes, it made you quieter.
Yes, it did.
Victoria, you are currently in the foyer, sitting across from a fairly high up ghoul in Jackson's ranks, as you are the only child of Mr. King. This ghoul's name is Emerson. And currently 2 of his 2 of the people that work for him are being reamed by Jackson. A reaming that you can clearly hear through the door, with which he says, No. You don't understand. I built this empire. Me. Brick by brick. Step by step. I am in charge here. Now you're going to go out there and find this fucker. I don't give a damn if he's in La Sombran territory or if he's in Guru territory. You go and you find him and you bring him to me, not the prince, me. I have done too much and gotten too far to have it all end here because you don't like the way another kindred talks. Victoria, come in here, please.
You called?
Have you started the job with Lyman?
I have made contact. I still am looking for proper compensation for him.
Well, at least someone has been productive. You out. And they scurry out very quickly, and the door closes behind them, and you see Jackson sort of cracks his neck and adjusts his tie. This is fucked. Certifiably 100% FUBAR. Doesn't make any damn sense.
I take it Ophelia getting staked was not part of your plan.
Far from it. Why would they go after Ophelia? Doesn't make any sense. She's not the richest, not the most well-connected, not the... Doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Do you have any leads on where Cassandra is?
We had some. We know she is still in the city, and she is headed to Chicago, but she is still here. But Ophelia being staked, distracted from that. And now we are here.
She must have told someone. It's the only thing that makes any fucking sense. Victoria?
Yes?
I need you to do something for me right now.
You usually do.
You and I have always had a very acute understanding of what our business relationship is. And we always have understood that one day the ambition will get the better of one of us.
Of course.
So I normally don't take you at your word, no offense, but it is not something that I do with Kindred, for this reason in particular. But I need you to promise me over the prince. There are things in motion, and you will want me more on your side than you will want her.
You know what I want, Jackson. If I am better aligned with you, that is where I will stay. Do we understand each other? Believe me, when I stab you, I will do it to your face. Until then, we are aligned.
Good. Now send that fucking idiot back in here.
You seem so tense. Perhaps you should get a massage. She'll walk out.
And you see, as you walk out, Emerson sort of sighs, knowing that it is now his turn. And he walks into the room, and the door closes behind him, and the screaming resumes.
He's so tense. He should really chill out, is all I'm saying.
Who knows? The camera then shifts again to Minerva. You are currently with the lovely Nymeria. And she is scared. There's this odd energy that can only be described as fear that is coursing through her. And she says, long night, Minnie, long night. Not good, not good. Not good whatsoever. Learn anything new tonight?
Trying to remember what happened last time. There's a Malkavian Poetry Club.
That's... Well, no, I was going to say it's useful, but that'd be a lie. But good. I'm glad you're having new experiences.
I suppose maybe closer to finding Ray, the baby's sire.
Cassandra.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That would be good. Finding Cassandra would be good. It'd be helpful.
prefer not to die again.
What's your favorite book, Minerva? I don't think I've ever asked you that question.
Favorite book? It's difficult. Do you mean fiction or nonfiction, historical? Because I've got a lot of different favorite books.
Do you mind if I stay here tonight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Good. Thank you. There's a lot going on right now.
Is it something I should be worried about?
If I could give you one tip for getting into coteries and dealing with other kindred, don't let them talk you into plans. Plans are bad. Knowledge, not plans. You can make plans. I can make plans. My plans work out fairly well, and of course, we don't want to do anything to cross the fence. That would.
Are you okay?
I am sparkling.
Roll insight check.
Go for it.
I don't believe her.
I'll tell you right now, you don't have to have a. It's not a high DC.
Its insight is just.
For an you can go ahead and make this insight and wits.
Okay, so 5 dice. That is 3 successes.
She's lying through her teeth.
I mean, like, if you don't want to tell me, that's fine. But also, like, you're not very good at lying. I'm not very good at lying.
I know. Yeah. We're the worst.
Awful, truly. I mean, we just love. I mean, sharing knowledge is really that's what we're all about, But I can't help you or look out for myself if I don't know what it is.
You're cute.
Very apparently.
All right. The prince, when they came to power, they made it a point of establishing certain rules that they put into place. One of the most pertinent for sires who are my age was that they call it the rule of 2. There can only ever be one sire, and they get one child. That is how it works. It's to keep from infighting. It's to keep kind levels under control. It lowers the risk of the masquerade. There are plenty of reasons why it's a brilliant rule. And I was a part of a coterie in my younger days, and one of the more ambitious members decided that it would be a good idea to skirt that rule. So you have a brother, a blood brother. That's a thing. Yes. So we sired 2, one publicly and one in secret. And I made you my public pick. And yes, so I'm afraid that Ophelia, who was a part of my coterie, I feel like maybe the prince is beginning to catch wind of this because they can't technically put us to the final death for that. It's kind of it's an in-between thing because the higher ups in the Camarilla, they want a sire to have many children because it keeps the kindred strong. It keeps the Camarilla strong, but Prince Cameron can be, Well, you know Toreadors. They're a little ruthless on occasion.
I was. This is bad.
This is bad.
Who else was in your coterie?
It was myself,
Uh-huh.
Ophelia, Jackson, Keela Edwards, who I don't think you've met before. She moved to Chicago after the whole thing got and Cassandra. Don't look at me like that, Minnie. We're fucked. We are so definitively fucked.
I can't. And so, did the prince pull all of us? Because we've been chasing. Because my I guess coterie, who's been chasing down Cassandra. Those are all the Fallen Sires.
After you all was sent off, we did indeed have a conversation about that, because that definitely was not a good sign. We called Keel up from Chicago, and she didn't arrive until earlier this evening. But something, yes, it's not good. It's not good. I don't understand why. Where is the cub? What does that mean? If it was just Ophelia, if she had been X'd out, then that might make more sense. But where is the cub? What could that even mean?
Could they be referring to your sires? Your other sire, or your child? Your other, my brother, I guess. How old is my brother? When did this happen?
This happened a while ago. So the way the generational lineage worked is that we were not always. We had to wait our turn before we could sire people. But while new vampires were popping up left and right in the last group, we decided to just, sneak in 4 of them.
4. So Cassandra never sired?
Well, Cassandra didn't want to be a part of the plan. She decided to do things by the book, and the person she sired was out in the open. And now she's decided to sire someone else and just make that public. And that's why the prince has a problem with Ray, because they're not supposed to. Cassandra already has her one.
Who's Cassandra's other one?
I don't really know him that well. His name is Joshua. Lives up in Lansing. But I mean, he never really. You know how the Malkavians can be. They all have the greater vision of things, which is actually, I've done research on the subject. It is definitively a thing. The Ventrue would disagree, but it is not just ramblings. So he set off to follow whatever vision he had.
Okay, so you all had illegal children. Ray is the illegal child now.
Yes, but I mean, when it popped up, we were expecting the prince to just kill them. And then they didn't. And then they called the rest of you up to the stage. And that does not bode well.
Am I going to die again?
No. You're like I said, you're the public one. Cassandra did things in reverse order. We all had secret children first. So if anything, you're not the illegal one.
But if Ophelia got attacked, possibly for this, doesn't that mean you, Jackson, Kirla Edwards, and Cassandra are on the chopping block? And us too, if we're too close?
How good are the locks on your door?
I'm thinking of upgrading them, because also, here's a kicker. Apparently, I'm gonna pull up the note I was given earlier.
And she reads it over quickly and goes, "Do you know how to activate the blush of life?"
No, I don't think you've taught me that.
It's essentially we use our blood to rouse and give ourselves a facsimile of life. I'm telling you this because I'm going to do that probably all night and drink lots of alcohol. So
Well, I've got really, really nasty vodka or really, really nice whiskey, and there is no in between.
if it's any consolation, I like you more.
Oh, I'll take that for now. Also, teach me some magic, please.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I've been very busy. We
Yeah,
will go over magic tonight.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I know academia is busy and you've been publishing papers and stuff, but like for 5 years,
Tonight.
Okay.
And you guys spend the evening trading research notes, and there are various moments where you can see Nymeria's attention sort of drift off to nothing before you have to snap her back. She is very, very deeply worried. And the camera will pan over to Fee.
Oh, hello.
Mercedes has made a point to decorate your apartment to your liking. What does that look like?
Well, first of all, blackout curtains because I don't want to die. Again. Just so much modern art just all over the walls. Some of it Fee's own personal work, some just some random shit they had Mercedes go by. Everything is very crisp, very neat. The only food in here is just really fancy tequila. Yeah.
No other food needed.
No, of course not.
So, as you enter, Mercedes gets out of the car with you. Kind of weird. Goes up and enters the apartment with you before setting the key down on the table.
Were you going to join me tonight, or?
I have been given a 24-hour shift. Yeah.
Mm.
And you see that she sort of takes off her driving cap the emerald eyes and dark red hair and a ponytail, which she kind of takes down. Oh, I would love it if you don't make me drive you anywhere, though. She sort of begins to sit into the couch.
It's okay. I can think of some other things for us to do.
I'm tired.
You want some food? Help you get your energy up.
And
I'll order something, right? You can do that now.
She opens an eye and looks at you and says, "You're going to order food."
I don't. Well, no, I would have you do it, but I'll pay.
No. I like this idea.
Oh.
What food are you going to order?
I don't know. What do you like? I have tequila, but I'm thinking maybe you want something more.
Fee, what's my last name?
Driver.
Nope. Not it.
Is it also Mercedes? Are you like Mario?
You are a terrible person.
Barely. Barely a person.
That's the part you take issue with. And she begins to take her shoes off. And she disappears into the bathroom for a second so she can take her binder off and come back out. I will order food. Do you want me to order you food?
I mean, just look her up and down.
And she will pull out an empty plastic bag and go, "Gotta order more." Unless, oh my goodness. Do I taste that good?
I think you know the answer to that.
Oh, yes, but... And she lays back on the couch. "Please, tell me more. Tell me more."
I'll lay down on the couch and put my head in her lap. Just look up and say, "You gonna make me work for it?"
Yes. We've got 45 minutes until my pizza gets here, so... I mean, what else are you doing?
Fair enough.
Toreadors are called the poets of kindred society.
Thank you.
Please lavish me with your words. Baste me with them like I am a sexy turkey.
The sexiest turkey. It is dark out right now. It is the middle of the night, and the only light out there is the stars. Everyone is laughing. And the only light out there is the stars. But for just about a couple drops, I would walk right out into the sun.
And she will roll up her sleeve, say, "Shut up," and present her wrist to you with like a very acute blush to the cheeks.
Crunch.
Wonderful. And as that crunch happens, 16 people raid into your apartment. That's not...
Wait, what?
Welcome, Encounter Roleplay.
Okay.
How you doing, Raiders?
D, you can't do that.
It's being noted. I will.
D, you can't do that.
Do as I like.
Also, D, sexy turkey. What the fuck?
Mercedes is a very goofy person.
Faced me like a sexy turkey.
Like a sexy turkey.
Nah, fees into it. Fees into it.
Kills me.
That's part of the problem.
Welcome every day. Thanks for Encounter Roleplay. It's good to see you tonight. Welcome
Emily
to our
is saying
Vampire
I got-
Masquerade game.
Emily is saying I got swatted.
I feel like if we raid, that has to be the raid cry now.
Based me like a sexy
Based
turkey.
on
That is correct.
Every day
Yes.
can be Thanksgiving when you're a sexy turkey.
That is correct. That is the only raid cry now. For every game. Base me with your words like a sexy turkey.
And now, to completely sour the merriment of fun. No, go ahead.
Fee will this is definitely not the first time that this has happened. And so Fee will, as always, use their lingering kiss ability. And also, before the night is through, make sure that she gets a little LSD in her blood to satisfy Fee's addiction.
Mm-hmm. The microdosing is taken care of in the way that it always is. And yes, now the camera shifts to a far less jovial point in time. Genevieve, you turn the key and step into the cold, dark interior. Thank you, phone. I really wanted something really loud to play while I'm trying to set an atmosphere. You step into the cold, dark interior of the Justain estate. What do you do?
Don't take my shoes off. So the boots will click along the too quiet hallway. And I'll stop outside the office door.
All right. As you stop outside the office door for a second, you can almost feel your premonitions coming to you in reverse, which happens sometimes. Memories sort of blend with the visions. You can almost see the door open, hear her inside, scribbling away, loudly laughing at something that's only funny to her.
I'll turn the knob and open the door.
All right. As you open the door, the interior is cold. There's a small personal safe on the back door, and there's a large projector that is on the side of the room. It would sometimes be set up for her to watch movies on.
I'll walk over to the projector. I'll grab from the bottom, there's the extra lens, and I'll open up and I'll grab the key for the safe.
All right. As you procure the key, you turn to the personal safe and it clicks open. You see 3 or 4 credit cards, probably about 7 or 8 checks that total in upwards of $32.5 million. You see a small jewelry box, and you see a pink binder that is underneath it all.
I'm going to open the small jewelry box first before I go for the binder.
As you open the small jewelry box, you watch as a white ballerina pops up and begins slowly turning as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star gently scrolls out of the music box.
Close it. I'll go for the binder. I'll hesitate before pulling the chair out and sitting at the desk.
Right. You sit down in the desk. You adjust it up some since she is taller than you, so that you can see properly over it. You open the binder, and it is a mess of papers and scrawlings. Even the parts of the binder that hold the pages in have small notes written down on them. And you see that one piece of paper appears to be a picture printout of the room in front of you. The walls bare except for probably 25 different pictures that are connected with pieces of red string, trying to discern whether or not Tom Cruise is actually a kindred. You flip through another page that is full of Marilyn Monroe quotes, and it says "Guru?" ? And you flip through page after page of odd conspiracy theory until you get to a small manila envelope that says "My Starlight" on the back.
I'll open it.
As you open it, a small flip phone that looks a lot like yours slides out, and a slip of paper that says, "If I'm dead, then the best of luck to you. I hope that I've taught you well. If I'm in Topor, find the bastard who did it. Your assistance is in the phone."
Huh. I'll sort of chuckle at the page that says that the birds work for the bourgeoisie. And I'll close it. And I'll open the flip phone and I'll turn it on.
All right. As you turn it on, after it passes the Nokia splash screen, there is only one number programmed into the phone.
Is there a name attached to it?
There is. It says Kara Johnson.
I'll call the number.
All right. Call the number. It rings and rings. It eventually goes to voicemail.
This is Ophelia. Well, Ophelia's sire, or child, I guess. Sorry. It's Genevieve. She calls me Starlight. She put this number into this phone. Said that you want my help. Call me back.
All right. As you disconnect from the call, you see that the phone is missing a call. The number apparently called you back while you were leaving a voicemail.
Play phone tag?
The phone rings again shortly after you notice this. And you hear, "Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Why would Ophelia leave me your number?
Well, that's a complicated story. Is Mommy Dearest okay?"
No, she most certainly is not.
I suppose it's time to move on to Act 2. I'll be on the first flight to Chicago.
Detroit?
Detroit, yes. This game used to be set in Chicago, you guys. I'll be on the first flight to Detroit. What did she used to call you?
Starlight.
That's cute. What's your actual name?
Genevieve.
Genevieve. All right. I'm Kara. And suppose I'm your sister.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice indeed. We have things to do.
I'll meet you at the airport.
I'll see you next flight. The call disconnects. So, the night comes, and you all eventually find your ways to the odd void that makes up sleep for you kindred folk. And now, the question is, what exactly happens when our kindred first rise? We'll start with Ray. What do you delineate the information of going to the Michigan Theater the next evening?
Yes, I do, but won't tell them why.
Okay. So does the message say, meet me at the Michigan Theater? The prince wants to see us at the Michigan Theater?
Meet me.
All right. So you all receive a message from your various cellular devices that says such from Ray. Genevieve. Although Ophelia did not have any in-home living assistants, no maids, no butlers, nothing like that, Ophelia did not. The Justain estate is very wealthy. You would be able to pick up your sister, apparently, from the airport if you so chose to. You could ride along, but you have received a message from Ray saying that they need to be met at the Michigan Theater.
I think I need to meet my sister first.
All right. And Victoria, you received this message from Ray and a phone call.
Good.
It's from a number that you don't recognize.
No. Picks it up, doesn't say anything.
Victoria. It's good to talk to you again. Glad you made it through the night. That unpleasantness with Ophelia.
Yes, quite tragic.
Nice
to talk to as always, Lyman.
You as well. I hear that there's a little meeting going down at the Michigan Theater that I'm not exactly invited to. But before you make that way, try and give me a visit, will ya? And he gives the address to a cafe. I've got important information for you. A professional courtesy.
I shall be there with bells on, of course, mon cher.
Just don't ring too loud. You might scare the kind. And the line disconnects. Minerva, as you wake to this text message, you see that Nymeria has prolonged her engagement with the Blush of Life and is sleeping, which is actually sleeping. I guess I should make the difference. Is not stiffly drifting through the void, but she seems to be actually actively sleeping.
I will clean up whatever is on the table, need her glasses away, and just throw a blanket over her.
And you hear a knock at the door.
Pick up a golf club, and then peek through the peephole.
And you see it's Charlie standing there.
Motherfucker. Place the golf club down and with the latch on the door, just crack it open. Yes?
Oh, hey, what's up, man? How you been? It's been a couple of days.
Yeah, busy, papers,
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I just wanted to like stop by real quick and see what was up.
You know, now's not a really good time. I've got somewhere to be in a bit, but I'm also still working on papers and stuff.
Oh, okay, for sure, man, for sure.
Yeah.
I get that,
Yeah, you understand, college.
Yeah, absolutely. I will talk to you later.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. You
Yeah.
have a good one.
Thanks, you too. Hey, we're Professor Potts, if you want to just a little bit of advice, you want to get by a little easier, he really favors chapter 6 in that textbook.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I just got to get a textbook.
You can you can hear from me because I work in the library, but you can always find a copy online somewhere.
Oh shit, you've got the hookup. All right, dude, I'll let you get back to what you were doing though.
Thanks. Shut the door. If I could eat someone.
And you have received a message from Ray to be met at the Michigan Theater.
I'll write a note to Numeria, just put it in front of her, and head off in my vehicle.
All right. Your vehicle pulls out of the apartment complex. Fee. At some point, you rise. Mercedes is up and presumably has been for hours. Well. Morning, Sleeping Beauty.
More or less, yeah. Anything interesting happen?
No.
Good, that's how I like it. Do I have anywhere to be?
Your phone rang. Buzzed.
Oh. Ugh, all right. Check that.
And you see the message from Ray.
Yeah, all right, whatever. I need you to drive me to the theater. Hold up. No, I need to get dressed first. Ugh. All right. If anyone comes by asking about like anything that went down last night, or if Kirla calls, just tell them that I don't care.
And you see she's like folding half of a piece of pizza into her mouth at once and goes, "Do you actually not care though?"
Not enough to let people know that I do.
That's the Fee special. She shoves the rest of the pizza into her mouth.
I'm very special.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go get dressed, sword included, and
all right.
On the way. I am not going out unarmed after all the shit that's been going down the last 2 nights.
This is not the first time that you've seen Mercedes in mostly a state of undress. She's just wearing like a muscle t-shirt, and you see the large cut that goes from her right shoulder blade all the way down to her waistline, that despite being upwards of 15 years old is still open. Not bleeding, but is open. And she puts her binder back on, and you see it put closed for a bit, and she goes, "Okay," and puts her hair in a ponytail and goes, "It is going to take you 30 minutes to get dressed, so I'm going to go warm up the car and then go to sleep."
All right, if you must, if you must.
And
Fee will take a grand total of 40 minutes to get dressed.
Okay.
And then head on down.
Perfect. All right. So let's do the airport first. How many times has Genevieve been to Detroit International?
Quite a few.
All right. So you are very used to using a myriad of your different charms, some of them using the power of your blood, and some of them not, to elegantly glide past all the security details. And you await, and you see probably a 5 foot tall woman, bob haircut, deep dark colored skin, two large buns of hair, and very large aviator sunglasses on as she struts down. And immediately upon seeing, you know that this is who you're waiting for. And she locks eyes with you and smiles as though you guys have known each other all your lives. She approaches and goes, "Genevieve."
Kara, lovely to meet you.
"It is lovely indeed." You are gorgeous."
As are you.
Thank you.
Mother had exquisite taste.
Doesn't she just have the best? We are going to get along wonderfully. And she hooks her arm in yours and says, now, the question is, who do we think did this?"
Oh, I have no idea, but whoever it was, she must have been near them when I last spoke with her. A bit of a problem, though, is I think I need to go to the Michigan Theater first.
Oh, that's fine. I have to hook up with my contact first, and I will settle down in the apartment that I bought last night.
Perfect. Also, if you like, the estate grounds are quite empty right now.
And she sort of looks at you for a second and goes, "Would you like the company?"
I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
"All right, I can do that." And
Plus, it'd be nice to reminisce on your side of the story.
And I have so many stories, believe you me. But all that after your mysterious date at the Michigan Theater, I suppose. And she begins to make her way to the car that she sort of flags down and drives off. And you begin to make your way. Victoria.
Oh, she's exactly her type.
Victoria, are you actually going to meet Lyman?
I was going to see if is Jackson already out for the night already?
Yes, Jackson is not at the estate.
Is is it Edmund or Edson is top bull?
Emerson.
Emerson.
Yeah.
Is Emerson around? I do intend to go to the cafe, but I just want to.
He is around. He's yeah. What's up?
Victoria would probably pull him into Jackson's office or whatever her equivalent would be.
And Emerson is this like probably about 5'9" black guy with very cleanly kept chin strap goatee. Usually wears a beanie. Handles things during the daytime. Essentially, is his chief thing that he handles. He handles and delineates things that Jackson does not feel like doing.
And it was Emerson?
Emerson, yeah.
Okay. Emerson dear, what did you, how you say, fuck up yesterday?
Well, I didn't fuck up a goddamn thing because I know better. But two of my lackeys apparently thought that it was smart to try and refuse orders from Jackson, uh, which is
Oh,
not
so they're
how that
dead.
works. Surprisingly, they're alive. Surprisingly, they're alive. But Jackson wanted them to try and track down whatever did that to that Malkavian lady.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, for my evening out, I need you to get me one of Jackson's cows.
No.
Do you think that's wise?
Uh, Look, Victoria, I normally wouldn't go against what you want, but you know Jackson does not want you to take another one of his cars.
And Jackson is not in a good position to refuse me right now.
Hey, I won't say anything about it, but I'm not handing you the keys.
Just tell me where they are.
All right. And he'll lead you down to the garage. There are three different options. You can choose a Lamborghini Murcielago, a white Chrysler 300, or an all black Humvee that looks much like the
Humvee.
car that. All right. So you take the Humvee, and do you drive yourself, or do you try and convince one of the drivers to take you
No,
out?
she'll drive herself in this case.
All right. You drive yourself and make your way out to the small cyber cafe that's filled with computers. It's kind of a rundown relic of the past in this day and age that's weirdly been kept open. But as you go inside, you see sitting there, plain as day, as though he is not afraid of any kind walking into the shop. You see Lyman sitting behind the counter, staring at a computer monitor. And he goes, "Ah, Madam Beaster, how are you?"
Oh, I'm doing lovely. I do so enjoy my
Good.
new ride.
Good. Ah, new car. It is fine looking. Definitely have similar taste to your sire. So, how are we feeling? And there is an unsettling smile that he has. It's the smile that you recognize. It's a smile that men usually have when they think they know something you don't.
That's my favorite kind of smile, when I crush them.
So, how are you this evening?
Oh, so many interesting things are happening, so I'm doing quite well.
Mm, it has been an exciting week in Detroit, hasn't it?
Yeah. I do have another meeting after this, though. If we could speed this along.
Oh, apologies. I'll get right to it. So, how much do you know about the rule of two? Jackson school you on that? He would have.
He would have just.
He would have.
Uh, she probably, she would probably just like, I am quite a good student.
Good, good, good. Well, funny thing about the rule of two is that your sire and his would-be coterie have broken that rule, and that's a damn shame. That is a damn shame. And he begins to, you see the monitors behind him begin to turn on. And they have several pictures of five people you don't really recognize. It says, What's even more a shame is your sire does not keep very good close eye on his cybersecurity systems. I told him he should install a better one, but you know that stubborn old bastard.
Quite
So imagine my surprise when I found out that you are not Jackson King's only child. Isn't that something?
Oh, my man. You know I'm his only child of note.
Well, that is because Jackson has spent the last 55 years trying to bury that secret. Damn shame. Honestly, it really is. With this Ophelia thing, now that that bitch is out of the way, the game continues. See, Jackson thinks that he's clever. Ventru usually think they're more clever than everyone else. But, I've always known Ophelia just happened to be saving his hide. But now that she's out of the way, let's say I wanted to give you an opportunity, Miss Beaster.
Yeah.
You know Jackson's estate, you know Jackson's assets. You could run Jackson's company were something to befall him. Who knows?
Not that I would, not that I look forward to that day, of course. Jackson is my dear sire.
Not. Yes, naturally. He holds a special place in all of our cold, dead hearts. But if the prince were to decide that they had lost favor with Jackson, well, wouldn't that timing just be perfect for a young, up-and-coming Ventru such as yourself?
Is this the type of compensation you want, Mr. Lyman?
I think we've moved past shutting down startup tech companies.
But I do need a reason to meet you.
Then we can keep up the lie for a little while. I might even take it out, but you don't worry about paying me for that. What I need you to be very careful about is that Jackson King is a very, very paranoid young man. You'll have to keep the charade up picture perfectly. How good of an actress are you?
You still think you know more than me so fairly well.
Well, don't feel bad about it. I know more than most people. So, it happens. Now, the real question is what happened to dear Ophelia? Because that wasn't me. And I can tell you right now that the prince certainly has no idea about the second children, or you all would be dead. Or at the very least, your sires would be. So who could have gotten to Ophelia? And what is the cub? I've been doing a lot of research. Cub would imply guru. And if there are werewolves stomping about, then Detroit is going to get very active very soon. One last thing, because I feel I should be honest with our new partnership. When you gave me your phone number, terrible idea. Never do that with anyone else. Get a burner phone. I might have hacked into your phone once or thrice and delineated your little coteries phone numbers over across the black market. I didn't know what self-respecting kindred would have something that they'd want from a bunch of neonates, but it actually sold for a pretty high price. Some, I don't know where she's from, over in Africa, Egypt, I think. But, keep your eye out. I think that, she's gonna be making a move to come and try and speak to you soon. So, be aware of that.
Mr. Lyman, I think over the course of this arrangement, and she'll lean very close, you will learn that power is the most important thing to me. That above all.
Just be careful your lust for power doesn't turn into the pride that comes before the fall. Because Jackson has set himself up for a very long drop.
I know quite well the position he is in. Do keep in mind the lust spouse, though. She'll whisper in Lyman's ear and then walk out.
One more thing, he sort of shouts as you get to the door. That kindred from Egypt. Did some research on her, too. Anna Klein. Apparently she runs a club here in Detroit on occasion. The Oasis, if you're curious. Let's say it's to new partnership.
Until next time, Mr. Lyman.
And you walk out the door, and it closes behind you, and you begin to make your way to the Michigan Theater.
Which I will be picking up burner phones along the way. She's like, no, we'll take that to heart.
Okay. You begin to grab a couple of burner phones. As you pull into the estate of the Michigan Theater, Fee, Victoria, Genevieve, and Minerva, you all see Ray very calmly standing outside the door with Edwin on the side of him.
Can I not be standing outside?
Sure.
I would like to be standing on the stage in the prince's chair.
All right.
Just
bastard.
Legs up.
You guys walk in.
Arm out.
A gently lounging Ray draped over the prince's chair in the Michigan Theater. And seemingly unbeknownst to Ray, or maybe they just don't care, you see the prince standing at the bottom of the stairs.
Hey,
and that's where we're going to take our first break.
Ooh, we get the fun Ray tonight.
Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully everyone's been enjoying themselves.
This is going swimmingly.
Does Fee have a sibling?
I guess we all have siblings.
Yeah.
Apparently,
I would be
that, yeah.
shocked
I know
if
what they
the answer
look like.
was no.
there were 5 pictures up on the screens from Victoria's meeting with Lyman. Not that you know that.
So, we are going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break. We're going to do some stretching. We're going to do some bios. I suggest you do the same so that you are not as stiff as the undead when we return.
We'll see you in a bit. Bye, everybody. We're back.
The bathroom, and I forgot that my hair is blue now. Isn't that fun? Hi.
Yeah.
How we doing, stream? Welcome back for the second half of episode 3 of Under the Pale Cold Sun. If you are just joining us, lots of things have happened, including interesting information about a certain law that the prince keeps over their domain being broken. So, you all have just entered the Michigan Theater, and you see that Ray is lounging in the prince's throne, and standing behind him, back towards the steps that lead to the upstage area, you see, very calmly waiting, Prince Cameron von Teller III, hands pressed together, and she steps forward and leans down next to the throne and says, "Do you like my seat, child?"
I do, actually. I only sit here because I brought you a gift.
And you see a smirk across the normally stoic face. Indeed, you did. If you would like to take over my responsibilities for at least a week, please let me know. It's been so long since I've been on a vacation.
I'll keep that in mind, though I really would rather just go on that vacation with you, sire.
And you watch as he begins to pet your hair, sort of standing next to you, and says, "Please, come join us."
Hi, I'm out of the loop and I don't like that. What's happening?
Well, it appears little Ray has acquired your quarry.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
great.
that was easy.
Yes.
Can I go back to Chicago now?
No.
No. Fuck.
There is an additional issue,
Oh, okay.
but we will move in a certain order, if you all didn't mind. Edwin, and you see Edwin begins to step forward with a very frozen in place, staked to the heart form of Cassandra, and he sort of
Bless you.
wrenches, thank you, the stake free, and you see there's a deep shudder before Cassandra begins to move and stretch. That hurts. Hi, Prince. And she bows slowly. So, according to what I was told last night during a brief interrogation, we have a lot to discuss. Primarily, what we are here to talk about is the fact that Cassandra has brought quite the threat onto the Motor City. Considering the unfortunate crime that was taken against Ophelia, which I am very sorry for, Genevieve, I assure you, the best care is being taken of her while she endures her torpor. I suspect that it should not take more than a month before her full faculties are restored. The issue is the way in which this was done. A stake being driven through a metal statue is a feat that only the strongest of kindred could accomplish. But a guru, for them, a strength of that feat is frustratingly common. The guru tend not to make their way down to the mitten. There is a sanctuary in the Upper Peninsula, but the mainland is a bit societal for their tastes. So why would a guru be in my city. Where is the cup? Cassandra here decided that it would be a good idea to steal a Guru child. A Guru child that she subsequently lost somewhere in the city. For those of you who have been around for enough years, I believe you understand exactly how much of a problem that is. And since the 5 of you have proven yourselves so adept at tracking down missing things, you will find the child.
Atreus.
Excuse me?
The cub's name is Atreus.
She squints at you. Keep talking, girl.
Not only is it a cub, it's a cub that can astral project.
And you see a look is cast at Cassandra that could melt steel. Wonderful.
When we were looking for her, I ran across... Apologies.
Well, of course. Finish.
When we were looking for her, my sight allowed me to make contact with him, the cub.
You are indeed the right ones for the job. I'm sure that the cub is lost, looking for the foolish woman who absconded him from his home. I have decided to link you up with a particular Tremere blood mage, one who is good at discerning the future, if need be. A Bruja, a cultist, not a Tremere blood mage. That was me reading Nymeria's character page. A particular Bruja conjurist who could make at least the barest of work toward finding where the Guru child would be. Her name is Freyalise. You'll be able to find her on the upper side of Detroit. Edwin can give you the exact details. In addition to that, since this is quite the pressing matter, I've called in a few favors. I've brought in some kindred who owe me quite the debt. One is coming up from Chicago. The other is coming from Portland, and there are more coming from other locations. When they arrive in the city, I will put you in contact with them, and they will assist you in exactly what you're trying to find. Until then, do your best to try and find this child, and may we all pray to whatever scrap of divinity would open its ears to wretched creatures like us, that the Guru do not choose to tear Detroit apart in the meantime. The last, second to last thing that I wanted to speak on, since I know that kindred have a tendency to delineate and redirect orders that they are given, I want it made clear. I do not want Jackson to find the cub. I don't want Nymeria, nor do I want Keela to find this child. You 5 will find the cub and bring him to me while I attempt to establish a peace with these Guru so they can pick up their child and make their way out of my city. Is that clear?
Crystal.
Oh,
Crystal.
perfectly.
Absolutely.
Ray.
Yes.
The last question is one for you. You were thrust into this life unfairly and left to flail, and yet you have made more progress for me than this one has in decades. What do we do with your derelict sire?
Well, it would seem to me that any power that she has is wasted, and, well, I could probably put it to better use.
That is a good point. Cassandra, perhaps your disdain for this city and the practices that I establish within it are simply a failing of me. So I will reconnect you with the streets. You like Ford Field, don't you? Well, that is your new home. Ray, you will assume all of Cassandra's assets. Her sanctuary is now yours, and any of her contacts will be forwarded to you. You can consider yourself an established member of the Detroit Kindred Society now.
Sorry, me out of character. Fuck, okay. Why, thank you, sire. I would offer my services to you whenever possible.
As is the duty of all kindred who call my domain their home. Speaking of kindred who've made their way far from home, the rest of you will leave Fee and I to have a discussion. That
Okay.
means now.
Yep. Okay, let's we'll be just outside, Fee.
I'm going to kneel down in front of the prince and just take their hand, and assuming they have a ring, and kiss it. And give a meaningful look before slowly walking away.
Fee will look
watch.
Sorry?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Fee will look at Genevieve as she walks out and just mouth, "Help me!"
The prince will watch as Ray goes, and he will adjust his ring and say, "It is truly amazing that that one is not one of us." And you watch as the prince sits down and crosses her legs in her throne. Fiorentino de Calza.
Oh, only my mother calls me my full name.
No love for your grandmother.
Why, so why'd I have to stay behind after class?
I wanted to talk to you about my petulant daughter, Kayla.
Okay.
She does not like anything except for drugs and partying, which I can understand. So I am curious what she saw behind those admittedly gorgeous eyes of yours.
You flatter. Similar spirits, I suppose. Admittedly, I have very little ambition aside from those things myself, but
Yes. That is the curious part. Kayla has had many toys, but you she sired.
Well, I am very special. and unique.
Don't get me wrong, you are a Toreador down to the last molecule. And she stands and steps very close to you and just
shrinks a little.
You know the effect that you have on people, and you've been around older Toreadors than yourself. This is almost like a weighted blanket enveloping you. So what is making you so special?
Everything about me is special. What she saw specifically, I don't know. We don't
step back so you can breathe.
we don't chit chat a lot.
Yes, that is why I wanted to speak to you. I'm putting an end to that. I want you to reconnect with your sire.
Does she?
When I said Kira does not like anything, I included her on that list. I've rarely seen such a self-loathing creature, which is why it interests me that she would sire someone who shares so many of the same qualities.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm amazing.
And you will sate my curiosity, child.
No offense, but I don't think she really wants to reconnect with me.
Well,
she literally sent me to another city because she didn't feel like coming.
And then she came anyway. Curious. But if she doesn't want to speak to you, well, I'm sure you're quite charming.
Accurate. I can think of something, I suppose.
Do keep me updated.
Yes, well, apparently I'm going to be in this city for a little while longer. How? Cassandra stole? I know Malkavians are a little woo, but come on.
Yes, I fear that there is something else at hand. When you were alive, do you remember the sensation of leaving meat out to forget? And slowly the smell grows more and more pungent until it grabs your attention.
Well, I had people to clean up for me, but I'm going to say yes just for the sake of this story.
I believe there is something festering in my city, and you will help me clean the rot.
I am sure you have people much better trained for that.
And she sits up straight and looks at you with a very hard look and says, "Do you not like my city, Fee?"
I have a certain attachment to my own.
Wonderful. Then you'll be eager to get the job done so you can return to the second city.
Okay. Fee realizes they're not going to win this.
Right. And they just continue to stare at you and say, "Leave me, child."
Walk out, turn around without saying anything else and leave.
All right. And you all are standing outside of the Michigan Theater, and Fee rejoins you.
You all right?
Always perfect.
That good, huh?
Better. All right.
You know,
come on, how?
When you do that fake smile and laugh, it's adorable, but ultimately, I know what's up.
Everything I do is adorable.
Not
You have
everything.
one piece, so it couldn't have been that bad.
Alright. How hard can it be to find one dog in this entire fucking city, right?
You're so cute when you're terrified. Well, we have to find that blood mage, and I think I have a little bit of a bargaining chip we can use to maybe sweeten the pot a little bit, help them cooperate.
Convenient.
Quite. Freyalis, that was the Ruha's name?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll be.
Well, let's, I suppose.
Oh, spooky.
Go along.
Anyone want to ride with me, or are we just taking separate cars?
Oh, I have a nice new vehicle to take again. Probably has the same sort of protection as before.
Probably.
I'll ride with you, Minerva.
Yeah, sounds good, right?
I'll go with them.
As we're walking over, Ray's gonna lean over to Fee and be like, "So, what happened between you and the prince?"
They have a job for me because apparently they think they can just order any kindred in the city around, which I guess technically they can, but also I just want to go back to Chicago and my apartment, and it's just like I know people there. I know people there who know me. That's where my friends are. I say friends.
But Fee, if you left, then we wouldn't be able to get to know each other better. And I would so love to get to know you better.
Well, I suppose not everything about this city is trash.
Good. Now I'm riding shotgun, and I open the door.
I'll hop in with Victoria again.
You know, the not horny on main one.
Fee will just he will just fully lay down in the back seat.
That was exactly what I was picturing. As you all are
I have more description.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So after Minerva sits down and is getting ready to go, Ray is just going to lie down with their head in Minerva's lap. And I forget, does Minerva have long hair?
Yes.
Okay, so Ray's just going to play with Minerva's hair. And
Minerva, who's fully driving.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Ray.
Hi.
Yeah, my car's a stick shift. It's gonna be very uncomfortable in a second if you keep laying down. But if you wanted to lay down, I'm sure there's room back in the back with feet. Yeah.
There's plenty of room back here.
I can pull over and you can switch. You can get in the back if you want.
But I'm loving this reaction right here. And I just flick you on the nose. I'm sure you can work around
it. Minerva will just try to eyes forward, road. Try not to get into a car accident where we all die a fiery second death.
In the second car, Victoria and Genevieve.
So Genevieve lays down and puts her head in Victoria's lap.
Yep.
Rowan, I'm drinking here.
That was a choice you made.
And Minerva was driving!
I'm quenching my thirst here, Rowan, and you're making me laugh.
But yeah, Victoria and Genevieve in the other car, in the nicer car.
As soon as Genevieve gets in the car, I think, and closes the door, she'll put the seat back and sigh. It's not how I thought this night would go. Not how I thought this night would go.
Oh. Did you think that there would be an infraction of some kind revealed? Was
No.
that it?
Well, maybe. But no, not that. Why?
No. Do you not know about your sibling?
Oh. 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 You've got one
You
too,
do
though.
not seek... So it seems. You do not seek the same kind of power I do, so I feel comfortable talking to you about this.
Oh, no. I'd rather be, in front of the stage than behind the scenes, if that makes any sense to you.
To a certain extent, yes.
Hmm.
To start here, and Victoria will give give them one of the burner phones you bought. Use that. Don't use your old phone anymore.
Oh, the old one's
Burner
gone.
phones only.
I've got a new burner.
Use those only. Trust me,
Alright.
there are reasons.
I'm guessing the reason being the fact that we were receiving messages through current devices that shouldn't have been there.
Correct. And also, that all that information has been paid for and compromised. So, burner phones it is.
Good to know. Are you excited to meet your sibling? Are you curious?
More, I'm excited to see which piece topples first. I didn't become kindred to just while the night away. I want to play games at high stakes.
No, I didn't suspect you ever would. You don't seem like the type. I didn't even want this, but I got this. And the dreams and the sleepwalking and the visions that came with it. There are gifts, but there are lots of curses too.
Is that common for Malkavian to not have a choice? It seems that Ray, that also may have been the choice. I'm curious.
Well, don't think I've ever told anyone of this, not even Ophelia. But I was waiting for someone on the pier that day. And I didn't see him again after that. Even paid for a sitter. You worry about those you leave behind. If you have those that you left behind.
It is hard to go through life without making some sort of connection. That I understand well. But to have to abandon that with no choice.
No.
That I do not agree with.
It really wasn't. But I'm a grandmother now, you know. Great-grandmother, actually.
Do you keep watch over your family regularly?
Best I keep my distance.
Of course.
I'm a ghost after all.
I should be a ghost, but I cheat sometimes.
Sometimes I do too. So, Blood Mage.
Car
Yes.
slowly pulls to a red light. You see that Minerva and Fee and Ray are in still following closely behind you. And Genevieve, you hear this pulsing thumping of club music to your right. You sort of gaze out the window, and you see a place called the Oasis. And you see a calico cat that appears like it's looking for you. And everything fades to black. And behind you, you hear the voice of Ophelia. Don't interact. And then you hear the voice of Hypno. The calico cat is your friend. What do you do?
I get out of the car and I follow the calico cat.
All right. Victoria, you watch Genevieve stare out the window for a second. I guess you all can see this. Genevieve stares out the window for a second, then gets out of the car and walks into a nightclub.
I will follow Genevieve.
All right. So
just in case she passes out randomly.
The pair of you sort of pull off of the street and into the parking lot of this nightclub.
Oh, why didn't anyone tell me we were coming here? I love this place.
Fee, when you said that you were going to the second busiest nightclub in Detroit, this was the one that you passed up when you were looking up nice nightclubs in Detroit. The Oasis is a very popular spot for college students.
I think I've been here once or twice before. Yeah. Is this where we're meeting the witch? Because this doesn't seem like a brouhaha kind of spot.
Well, I think we should just stick together, I think.
Genevieve is following.
Genevieve's already inside the club.
Okay. Yep. I'm just gonna pull over and park. We're just gonna.
I'll go in, I'll activate my awe aura so that nobody questions why I'm walking into a nightclub with a sword.
That's legit.
And as you all walk in, you see that the delineage and the decorum of the inside of this nightclub is very desert themed. Fee, you find it fairly gaudy, but it works. There's all sorts of pyramids and different things scattered about that are meant to represent memorabilia, it appears. Genevieve, as you are following the calico cat, it is lacing in and out through the legs and behind the backs of the various patrons whom you push through. And oh wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Something's up with Darby's interface, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's why I was like, what happened?
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
so you guys are following Genevieve through the club proper as you follow the calico cat, which eventually hops up onto a red chair in a back room. It leads you through the main dance floor into a back room where it sort of continues, and you see that people are dressed as elegant dancers of various types. There's a lot fewer clothes back here being worn.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has at least bottoms on, but there are some who don't have tops. And the cat sort of gently leaps. There's also a fine dusting of sand across the ground. And there is the calico cat jumps up and lands on this sort of red ottoman. And it begins to grow and extend. And the fur turns to shaggy orange hair The tail remains and the ears are pointed and cat-like as they rest their head on the lap of a woman with deep purple hair and very serious eyes, wearing what would essentially be a red micro bikini top and very breathable pants with a long gold strap of fabric across the torso, who removes her glasses and says, "And there they are. Hello, friends.
Hello.
Welcome to the Oasis."
Hello. What are you?
I am your humble host, of course. I suppose it is a bit unfair, considering that I know Genevieve, Minerva, Victoria, Ray, and Fiorentino de Casa. And you watch.
Do we smell kindred?
Yes, you do. She is kindred.
Just-
You watch as she strokes the hair of the former cat who is in her lap. He says, I suppose I should introduce myself to keep things fair. My name is Embla. It is a pleasure.
Oh, no. The pleasure is all ours.
Well, yes, but it is custom to say such things. Interesting. What has finally brought you into my midst, I wonder?
Conflicting information.
Interesting. Certainly not what I expected for this evening, but... And she sort of tickles the ears of the cat person. When my scout tells me of good news, I always prepare. So, have a seat, a drink, anything that I can provide you.
Well,
I don't know if I have time for a proper drink right now.
There's a reason why we're here. What is it?
Sort of ignores you and locks eyes with V, and there's a very dangerous smile on the face. We have your favorite flavor.
Oh? Well, I suppose I can make the time.
As to why you all are here, I have come to extend an olive branch to warn you of possible dangers. All have been marked. You're being kept, watched by some things that you cannot possibly understand.
The Eye of Horus?
Oh, darling girl, the Eye of Horus was me. I was trying to warn you all.
Of the priests, then?
Yes, they are pesky things, no? But you have even bigger problems. It
Great.
appears that the children of Osiris have chosen you five for some reason.
The children of who now?
Osiris.
Is this a kindred thing?
And you watch as she leans down and draws the backbone of Osiris symbol in the sand. They are fools. Founded by the resurrected king, and still foolishly clinging on to the hope that their Methuselah will rise and bring about the final nights. Foolish indeed. But to more accurately make it clear why exactly I'm helping you. I am a member of the Children of Set. And it is our sworn duty to muck with any plans made by the cult Children of Osiris. Well, that and familial connections, and you see she sort of looks over to Fee, smiling again.
You're not gonna get us involved in your little argument, are you? Because I really don't want to be here longer than I have to.
Oh, you sound just like my sister. But you have been chosen prematurely. There's some reason that they are after you five, and try as I might, no matter what information I bought from Lyman, I could not place my finger on it.
Excuse you, I never do anything prematurely.
It took you a second.
So, the question is, what do the Children of Osiris want with 5 neonates? What makes you so special?
Well, I know why I'm special, but
I can see why she liked you. Well, that is all that I wanted to impart.
Question. You said you bought information off of us?
I bought information.
She bought it from Lyman.
I'll look at Victoria.
Just nods in Genevieve's direction.
And you know a bit about us, but who is your sire?
He's an old bitty of no importance to anyone.
Can I do an insight check?
Yes. Roll insight plus, we can call it wits.
Rowan, I hope you know that you pulled Draku out of Lurk because of that innuendo.
oh, good. Hey, Draco, how's it going?
Ooh. 1, 2,
Like I said, I work
3.
much better in innuendo.
4 successes.
That's fair.
Okay.
We can't all be very direct flirters.
With 4
Making up for the lack of foot.
With 4 successes, you can tell that she clearly just doesn't want to tell you who her mentor is or who her sire is, but you don't exactly get that. Get the feeling that she's lying about him not being important.
I have a question. What's that in your lap?
Oh, this. This is one of my favorite pets. She leans down and very gently kisses the boy on the lips and says, to be entirely honest, he doesn't really have a name.
You don't name your pets? I suppose that's one way of, not growing attached.
D. Bane has been placed into chat by Noir, spending 5,000 channel points.
I noticed.
What's Bane?
You noticed? Okay, that means that it's a intrusion on our behalf of you.
Like
for
this
you.
the whole time.
Am I allowed to spend channel points?
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Responsibly, please, because. Okay.
Don't know what you mean. There's nothing to be afraid of.
The Bane is the GM receives a Bane. The players choose what form the Bane takes. And then a boon is the players get an edge on something. So we will determine how that takes form potentially in the next little bit. One-time boon at the GM's discretion. Also, please, Rowan, could you let us know which player is receiving that boon?
Genevieve's had a hard night.
Okay.
Yes, Genevieve. Receive this boon.
What is happening?
I don't know. What's in that cup? Oh, it's the Bane voice. Okay, I got you.
So, the woman sort of looks a little longingly at you, Ray, and says, well, you wouldn't exactly name a hammer or a ladder or a screwdriver, would you?
I suppose not, but... Well,
I named my car.
That's adorable. Minerva. If it's just a tool to you, then perhaps I could buy it off of you.
Taking the town by storm. It is very pleasing to watch. Perhaps in the future, you will be able to purchase things from me. But you have not garnered enough of the kindred currency. Secrets.
Well, secrets are things that I seem to be gathering quite quickly. My friends here seem to be involved in so many fun, interesting things. Perhaps we'll be speaking again soon, and I tap the little cat on the nose. We'll be seeing you again soon.
Indeed. Well, if that is all, I will be here to answer any questions if you schedule an appointment. I don't normally do walk-ins, but there was important information to part upon you all. Please know that you are always welcome at the Oasis.
I'm sure I'll be back.
I am sure you will.
Bye-bye, little kitty.
You watch as the cat sort of looks at you and then slowly morphs back into an actual cat, before jumping up.
Snoot poop.
Does the cat look like Miss Jackson's cat?
Does.
Petal? Is that...
As you say Petal, you do see that the cat sort of perks up at the name for a second.
I guess I'll be seeing you around, Petal.
All right. So you all make your way back to your respective vehicles.
Sorry, quick question. Was I supposed to do something else here? I feel like I got the name Oasis or something else. I don't remember.
It was the name that Lyman gave you of where the woman who purchased your information.
Oh, never mind. Okay, there we go. Making sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. On the way out, I just want to indulge a little bit and activate my enhanced senses. Can I focus what senses I'm enhancing? So I would like to just enhance my sense of touch. And as I'm walking, just run my hands on the people. Kind of just enjoy the feelings of people.
You feel heartbeats of varying measure. You feel the blood pumping through them. It smells intoxicating on the dance floor. And it definitely sends a shiver down your spine. I would say, Fee, you're very used to seeing things like this. You've even done it once or twice yourself.
I pick one out of the crowd and I slip them my phone number. Walk away with a wink and make my way back to the car.
Wonderful.
As they pass, I go, 6 out of 10. And walk out.
All right. As you all are walking out, Ray, those enhanced senses, before they leave you, you feel a rumble from fairly far away. And you start to look around. Make me a motherfucking... I shouldn't do that on stream, but I did it anyway. Make me an awareness check.
Clip that. Clip it right now.
Sorry, a what?
An awareness check plus either wits or composure, your choice.
Wits or composure. Okay. So awareness is 3, composure is 3, and my hunger is at 1. Uno, dos, tres. 3 successes. Oh, and 1 failure.
On your hunger die?
No. So, yeah, ones. I'm right. Ones only matter for the hunger die, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So as you are sort of focusing in on this enhanced touch ability, you slowly shift it to enhance your sight. And you see, definitely looking at the 5 of you, what has to be a 10-foot tall, thick fur matted down to the skin with long claws that are sunk into the brick of the building that it is on top of, probably a little ways off. Just this pair of sickly yellow eyes against the black. And as you lock eyes with it, it and jumps from one building to the next and is leaping through the city, it looks like.
Towards us or away from us?
Away from you guys. Hey, Noir, there's your bane.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Ray, did you see something?
I think I'm going to like this. And I keep walking. There's a little spring in my step.
Cool.
Genevieve's already in the vehicle before Victoria gets in there again.
He went ahead of Ray and got shotgun.
As you sit in the passenger seat, Genevieve, by yourself, Ophelia is sitting in the driver's seat, hands on the wheel. So, what are we thinking, Starlight? Who could have done this?
I don't know. That was underdramatic, though. Expected more from the club owner.
She does appear to be an anomaly, but if the Calico Cat led you there, it's got to mean something, right?
Yeah, even though you told me not to follow it. I decided I'd follow my instincts.
Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about.
Sometimes we have to go off the script and improvise.
Best actors can. And what do you think of your sister?
Oh, she's exactly your type.
Isn't she? She's delightful. You'll love her. She might even be able to guide you, help you. She was side first. She's been doing this even longer than you have.
That is fair. But who could have done this to you? A guru, perhaps?
And you see that Ophelia is now hypnos, one hand on the wheel. Well, that is the question. The strength certainly leans towards a guru, but the motive could be spread across many kindred. Maybe it's not just one, multiple.
And that child is quite valuable.
And it is now the child, hands just barely able to reach the wheel. Yes, they do seem to be quite valuable. Where would a child go? A guru one, not used to civilization, not used to the city.
Oh.
Detroit is large.
Perhaps a child used to the wilds would go to the wilds. A park, perhaps?
Playground?
Playground?
Might be a place to start.
There's a lot of
Might
those
as well
in the
see
city.
what... Yes. Might need the blood mage to narrow it down a bit.
I can help with that.
And then you see your own child sitting in the driver's seat. You're tired.
I am. Annalise, sweetie. I'm very tired, Annalise.
Victoria, Genevieve is calling you Annalise for some reason.
It will be all right. You should get some rest.
When we get to the blood mage, afterwards, perhaps. For now.
All right. The engine roars back to life, and you guys begin to drive through the Motor City, outwards toward the outskirts of it, in a more impoverished area of Detroit, as you slowly curl up to this park that seems to be having a gathering of some kind. You all coalesce with each other, and after you exit the respective vehicles, and Victoria, you recognize one of the women. Very short, shorn hair, partially done up in a mohawk with a necklace of teeth. The woman from the feeding room. She looks you all up and down and goes, the Prince said you'd be on your way.
Nice to see you again, too.
I'm sure the pleasure is all mine. But hey, we're even now. Suppose I should introduce myself. I'm Fraelis, a senior member of Clan Bruja. I hear you need help tracking down a cub.
Yeah, we do actually. But since you are a blood mage, you probably know a lot about Guru. Is that right?
A conjurist and the Bruja are considered to be the closest that the kindred society can ever get to Guru. Most of us don't really see the point and why we argue the way that we do, but Clan Gangrel finds us different.
Well, I have a question then.
Go ahead.
Could a kindred sire a Guru?
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Give me my answers.
Hey!
Wunderbar.
Oh no.
Now I'm wondering why that caused the end of the session.
Good question.
I didn't get a chance to say this in character, but I recommend we start looking near fire hydrants.
Okay.
I will very pointedly say that Ray definitely asked the right question to the right person.
Yes, Ray! Yes!
Yeah. Insight into my thoughts. Ray wasn't thinking about that.
I'm sure that that's not where Ray's mind was at all, but broken clock's right twice a day.
Yep.
And Ray certainly is a broken clock.
So, hopefully you all have enjoyed joining us for episode 3 of Under the Pale Cold Sun, The Last Will and Testament of Ophelia Justain. I have been your master of ceremonies. You can call me D. And to my right, we have our first lovely kindred playing Fiorentino de Calza. We got called by their full name a lot tonight.
No, it was weird. I felt like I was in trouble a little bit. Which, maybe. Oh well. We'll figure it out. That's for future Fee to worry about. Thank you, lovely people. I have been Rowan and sometimes Fee. You can find me on Twitter as @RedWhiteRP. I am a writer, streamer, sensitivity reader, and professional dice cruncher. Tomorrow over on Chromatic Chimera, I am GMing Olympus 2299, my Greek mythology inspired cyberpunk red game. Be sure to stop by. Chromatic Chimera is running a I forget how words work, but a thing this week where all of the money they get from bits and subs and whatnot is being donated to the that's it, the to Crohn's and colitis research and aid foundation or something. I'll have a better pitch tomorrow. Saturdays, I'll be back on Chromatic Chimera for Mysteries of the Mojave, a Monster of the Week game featuring an all trans non-binary GNC etc. cast. We have our penultimate episode this weekend. And then this Sunday, we're having I'll be here for the Second City Saviors talk back thing. And then every other Monday over on Everybody Crits, I play in X Millennials, a AU X-Men Mutants and Masterminds game where I get bullied mercilessly. That has been me. I will throw it down below to the wonderful Alicia.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Alicia, RedNG9 on Twitch, where I stream random video games, curse a lot, puns. I also have snakes, so sometimes those appear. You can also typically find me over on Dicey's Amazon channel, typically in the chat, but usually on Saturdays. I'm in the Vibrant Legends game, which various one shots week to week. Super great. This session was great. My favorite part of the session was probably the conversation with Genevieve in the car, which Victoria will never admit to literally anybody else. So Pixar, it didn't happen. Moving pictures don't count.
I can screen cap. It's fine.
No.
I guess we did end a little bit early because there was not going to be a better place than that to cut it. So I think we got time for some favorite moments, if y'all don't mind. Ron, what was your favorite moment?
Real quick, my Twitter handle is NNG98. There we go.
Yeah, go follow Alicia.
My favorite moment was it's a tie between my asexual ass trying to be Fee, who's much slicker than I am, and also Minerva and Nymeria, because I want Nymeria to just adopt our coterie and be all of our mom.
Awesome. And now we can slide on across to the ever lovely Bo.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. My name's Bo. I also play Ray on here. You can find me on Twitter at DorkyTeacher. And you can also find me tomorrow at Chromatic Chimera in a game that Rowan happens to be GMing. I don't know if you heard, but they're doing a great job. And we have some interesting hashtag not Spice Girls related content coming up. So that's pretty interesting. And my favorite moment, there were some pretty great moments today. Making Minerva squirm was great. The sheer amount of flirting was pretty great. I was having a lot of fun. I think, though, my favorite moment was right at the end, where I totally fell ass over tea kettle into something positive, which was not on purpose.
Perfect. It's the best way to run through D&D life, or TTRPG life.
Sure.
Next up, we have the adorable Darby. How you?
Hello.
It's true.
I am Darby. You can find me on Twitter as @DarbyPack. I co-host a podcast called Chaotic Creations with my friend Harper. You can find it anywhere you can listen to podcasts. And you can find us on Twitter as @ChaoticPod. Find me here on Wednesdays. And you can find me, Anita, and Dee tomorrow on, I think, Noir's Twitch channel.
The Noir Enigma.
Yes, the Noir Enigma's Twitch channel, playing in The Lonely Throne.
Give us the series!
I'm so excited for people to watch this because it's literally all I can think about. Why one brain cell is struggling so hard not to spill beans.
It's definitely only going to be 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Definitely just 4 episodes.
Definitely just 4 episodes. I think my favorite moment of the game is like the combination of getting my sire to spill all the beans about us all having siblings, and then later on when Genevieve is digging through and finds this burner, I'm like, sibling, sibling, and I was right. So if you saw me freaking out while muted, that's what I was freaking out about, because I sent it into our Zoom call.
Nailed it. All right. Darby is awesome. Everybody yell at Darby to do covers of Steven Universe music with me, please.
Make it happen.
Anita.
Hi. Me?
The
Hi.
critical miss.
Well, just critical misses most places. Hi, I'm Anita. Or critical misses, or Panita. You can find me Panita or critical misses most places. This is my channel. This is a thing that I do, so you can find me here most times. You can find me too over at Nora Enigma's channel for Lonely Throne. And I'm really, really excited for you all to see it, because I can't say anything. It kills me.
It's good. You guys are gonna love it.
Kills me.
You guys are gonna love it.
You're gonna love it. It's gonna be. It's so good.
Definitely only 4 episodes.
Definitely 100%. Only 4 episodes. That's all you're getting. Limited series, because I don't have time.
Maybe. What was your favorite moment from the evening? The vision you had was your boon, by the way.
That's what I figured. The toss-up between... I think it was mostly because how fast we went from horny to sad.
Mm-hmm.
That is my gift to you. That is my gift to you. I will take it.
So
a situation, and I will make it sad.
The quarantine mood is horny and sad.
Horny and sad.
Quarantine mood?
It's just the mood.
Always.
The life
mood. For a
mood.
couple decades.
Horny, sad, back to horny. The boon in the car was a very interesting scene. And the fact that I got Victoria to be very soft in a moment.
Fix or it didn't happen.
Clips or it didn't happen. Guess what we can clip.
So yeah. That's me. That's where you can find me. And I will toss it to our wonderful master of ceremonies. No. D.
Oh, hi. That's me. I'm D. Hi. I'm D, or Devel, if you're feeling saucy. I'm It's the Riddler here on Twitch, and It's the Riddler, Ler, over on Twitter. I am a streamer, musician, professional GM for the Emerald City Game Masters Guild, and creative lead here on Critical Misses. You can catch me over on the Noir Enigmas channel, where I will be playing a certain character in The Lonely Throne as well. And speaking of the Noir Enigma, for our next episode, we have our first guest that's going to be joining us.
We get to bully Noir on stream.
Enigma.
We get to bully Noir on stream! Yes!
I get to flirt with Noir on stream?
Yeah.
Baby flirt.
Hey, Noir, if
Mostly
you're
bullying.
in the chat right now, you're going to get so many little Gideons sent over Discord.
Hey D, you told us in Discord that you'd like run the guest by us first, and this guy seems kind of sketch. So,
Yeah, gotcha.
I don't know.
Like my puns? I don't know.
Noir, your bane is real unfortunate.
We're gonna
I'll
die.
say that.
Oh no.
Not if I have my way with it.
Your bane is real unfortunate.
Ray wants their way with a lot of things, clearly.
Yeah, but D described it as even remotely attractive, which makes me even more interested.
Fair enough.
We got ourselves into a hairy situation.
I think one of my favorite moments had to be I have one for all of my kids. I loved the sexy turkey moment. I love getting able to flesh out Mercedes, because I was like, who would be someone that Fee would like stick around with? And I made this, slightly sloppy but cleans up well kind of lady, and she has a great backstory to go along with that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I am glad that everyone got to meet my first character that I played as a vampire, Nymeria Page. I'm glad that you guys got to see how much of a fucking dork that kid is, because she is an entire mess, so that was fun. I will say that I took a deep vested pleasure in showing exactly how angry Jackson King gets when things are not going according to his very particular plans. Ray and the Prince is always a fun combination for me, because Prince Cameron finds Ray, most people find Ray like annoying for the most part. That's like the taste that Ray leaves around. But the Prince loves Ray. Like, the Prince is just so like, oh, you silly thing. And with Genevieve, yes, basically. It's that Harrison Ford gif of just baby. You baby.
Sweet baby boy.
And then with Genevieve, name dropping Cara Johnson, which was a decision I made last week.
Why would you do that?
That was fun, but that Vision sequence at the end, I think has to take it for my favorite Genevieve moment.
What? So, not me putting sadness into a backstory and bringing it up impromptu in stream. Never mind.
I mean, that was kind of the Vision too. Was more of that sadness.
Yeah, sad.
But yeah,
Sweet
so
baby
thanks
bowl
for that boon.
Yes. Cue Rowan realizing they never sent the GM their backstory.
Hey, neither did I. I made that up on the spot. That's my secret.
Nice.
Yep.
No, yeah,
that's my secret, Cap. I always make it up on the spot.
I was taking notes while Anita was talking. I'm like,
am I the only one that sent the goddamn backstory?
No, I did.
You and Victoria sent us.
I am a chaos magician.
I wrote it, and I think I should get credit for that.
You should.
Hey, I had to remake my entire character sheet from scratch.
That's true. Remember when you were like, Noctu is gonna be a placeholder last name, and then that's still Minerva's last name.
Necto.
It's good. But yes, hopefully everyone has had such a great time as we have for the evening. And hopefully you will join us next week for Under the Pale Cold Sun episode 4 with special guest star the Noir Enigma.
I'm gonna flirt with Noir so much.
So many times.
Same, like, two different energies, same result.
No, I mean, when I first met Noir, which was my first game on Critical Misses, if I could digress for a second. First game on Critical Misses ever was a game where it was also the first game I ever had with Alicia. I got married to Noir.
Yeah, you did.
So
round 2
that energy back. We gotta bring that energy back.
I'm gonna call out. Go ahead.
Bo, you and I are gonna flirt with all of our guests so much.
Yeah.
They're either going to never want to leave this channel or just be scared away for a long, long time.
Nora's contractually obligated to stay here forever, so...
You're right!
I'm going to call out Noir real quick. I'm gonna out you, my mans, and say that when we were watching, because we watched the first episode of Pale Cold Sun together for Noir's first watch, like, we were talking about how much we just love Ray as a character. And Noir got like an hour in, and he's like, I'm going to be honest, not really feeling it. Like, and then by the end of that episode, once you did like the switch back to the professor, Noir was like, yo, like it clicked, and
Noir got it. Noir got the joke.
Noir was like, I understand now.
I get this.
Have we vamped long enough for you to find somebody to raid?
I think. I did have. I had a friend ask for a raid, so maybe we will raid them. Would you like to raid Kayla or Kaleidoscopes?
Yes, absolutely. Raid.
Kayla is playing Bayonetta right now.
Oh, yeah.
For the first time. So we will.
Not that I have a strong opinion or anything.
I'm going to mute that. I'm also going to give Kayla a follow, so now it's easier for me to do that. And I will copy and paste that. The raid call, you all know what the raid call is. The raid call is baste me with your words like a sexy turkey.
So good. That I had forgotten about that. There were some great moments, and that was one of them.
Arguably the best one with it.
Baste me with your words like a... There we go. Thank you very much, Rowan, for typing that in there faster than I could. So we are going to raid...
Can you get a sexy turkey emote, please?
Oh, God. I only have one more emote slot left, and it's a tier 3. So
I have an emote I need you to draw for me.
Okay. Tier 3 sexy turkey.
Worth.
And then throw some emotes in there if you have them. And we will be rating Kayla. But yeah, until next time, the pale cold sun rises. We will see you all again. Bye, everybody.